What's going on, fam? Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales on this wonderful Sunday afternoon as the Cleveland Browns lost another round of NFL football. Oh my gosh. I'll be 70, 80 years old before they win a championship. Hope you're doing well. We got a great show for you today. We got all kinds of stuff we're talking about as Dave's going off on the fart sounds. He's falling in love with that. We're going to be talking a little bit about that CC pardon. We're also going to be talking about Solana. We're going to be talking about Trump. We got a packed show. We got some good stuff. Peter Schiff launching his own coin. What's up with that? But let's go around the horn first and see what's going on. What's going on, Jimmy Jim?
Going on, Billy?
Oh, Billy.
Another wonderful Sunday.
Another wonderful Sunday, man. Tex-Mex, Biomex, how's your microphone working?
Can you hear me now? That's the big question. So, what's going on, Ray? What's going on, Dave?
Oh, man.
When I'm with Billy, I get tingles inside. I mean, hashtag givers gain.
All right. Well, we had a fun, interesting few hours, and I've had quite a headache with my one of my microphones. So we'll get going, and let's enjoy the show.
Come on. I guess this is going to be our Halloween special. I mean, the way this is starting. All right, Dave. Goodness.
I mean, Jimmy Jim missed most of the stuff earlier, so I guess he just brought it out. Him and Dave.
We're supposed to be informative show for kids and adults alike, but I guess Dave said we are. So, Redman, how you doing, man?
Thankful for another day not promised. Happy to be here. Welcome, Billy Goat Tales fans. Back to you, Bill.
That's right. And Dave, head of digital production. What's going on, Dave?
Yeah, man, just hanging out. If you have an X account, take a second and share it out before we go. What did he say? He said before this goes to the poop shoot. So, welcome to the show, guys.
Guys are taking our show. Oh my gosh. Where's Rocco at when I need him? Rocco, fix that stuff for me, man. Yeah, I'm lost. Let's go into some crypto bubbles. Redman, you ready for some bubbles?
Let's go.
Hold on, we're getting
Yeah,
there.
see there, worried about the fart button.
That's
Not
the
doing your
important
job.
one.
Not
You
doing
want
your
to
job.
go to the bubbles? Let's go to the bubbles.
All right,
All right,
guys.
man.
If somebody could. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This on the hourly. This is the bubbles for today. On the hourly, we got this Chain Opera AI BNB coin, which has created quite the buzz. It's down 9% to 5.84%, $5.84. It's down 5 spots to number 71. Let's go on to virtuals. Virtuals look like it bottomed a little bit, and it's on a little upside for the virtuals. They're still up 251% for the year, 2.4% for the hourly. It's up 4 spots to number 81, $1.34 per virtual token. Let's go on. Dash still seeing some upside here. It's up 1.1% for the hourly. It's $50.64 per token. It is exactly at rank number 100. That's Dash for you. Let's go on to the daily. The daily, nothing much has changed. Zcash still on a tear. 26.6% up for the daily. It's up 5 spots in number 23. Zcash been crushing it this year. Up 872% for the year. Pumped Out Fun on the daily. Pumped Out Fun up 12.9%. It's up 4 spots to number 56. $1.64 billion market cap. You can get one Pumped Out Fun token for 0.004. I don't know. What is that? Hundredths of a penny? I don't know. I can't really count down that far. It's down 4 spots, number 56. So up 4 spots, sorry, to 56. I can't even talk right now because of all the craziness. All right, got a little echo. All right, here we go to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash and the weekly is up 6.8% for the week. Bitcoin Cash killing it, up 2 spots to number 13. It's $11.3 billion market cap. That's Bitcoin Cash for you. Hype still killing it. It's up 23.5% for the week. If you got in at $34, you are sitting pretty right now in Hyperliquid. It's up 3 spots to number 11. $12.65 billion market cap. That's Hyperliquid for you. XRP is up 9%. XRP, that you know, my barber asked me about XRP this morning. It was pretty crazy. It's up 9.1% for the weekly. Let's see what else is going on. We got Jupiter. Jupiter is up 20% for the week. Jupiter, Solana coin, Solana ecosystem making a comeback, killing it. We'll talk about the news today during the show. It's up 9 spots to number 63, $1.35 billion market cap. That's Jupiter. Let's go on to the monthly. Monthly, pretty much the same deal. A lot of coins still in the red. Alt season has not come yet, or has it? I don't know. We're going to get into that. Tony's going to talk about that a little bit in the coin market cap recap. We got HBAR up 274%. HBAR is up 2.3% for the daily. HBAR still around and kicking. It's up 27 spots on the yearly to number 20. That's HBAR for you HBAR barians out there. We got OKB. OKB looking like it's still okay. Up 0.6% for the daily. It's up 330% for the year. We've spoken about this coin extensively on why it's up so much. So it's up 3 spots to number 35. That's OKB. And Dave,
one of the few coins that have outperformed Bitcoin over the year.
Yep. All right, we got ADA, Cardano. We are Billy Goat Tales is built on the Cardano network. We got to talk about Cardano. It's up 2.2% for the day. It's up 2.1% for the week. Showed a little bit of strength here. I like this consolidation. We hopefully we'll see something big at the end of the year, but we'll see on Cardano sitting at 67 cents, up 1 spot to number 10. It has finally poked its way in there. Quant up 41% for the year, kind of boring. Algo up 64% for the year. A little kind of boring. I don't know. Billy, back over to you. That's all I got.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Great job. Dave, we need to say hello to the chat.
Let's say hello to the chat then. We have Jessica Luck came in here first. It looks like on my end of the show. We got Mike Wolmer in here. He said, yep, YouTube rugged him or rugged his number 1 spot. I see a little bit of rigged going on. Dark Crash is in there. I saw him backstage also. Andy is here. I think she does not enjoy the fart game, or maybe she does and she just wanted to know how old everybody else was. We've got Poman 13. What are you doing, Poman? He said, this looks very similar to my Nightbot command for Muhammad. Oh, what's going on there? Let's see.
Who said that?
Poman.
I knew Poman would get it. I knew it. Poman got it. If you know, you know, right, Poman?
Yeah, man. And we got Squirrel Shine Bob in there. I think crypto's starting to warm up on him, even though Billy didn't treat him really nicely at the weekend at Billy's. Maybe we can look at some footage on that a little bit later. Techman's in there. Chris Klein is in there. Good to see you guys. Kuza can bump it, as Billy says, or cause I can bump it, as he likes to say. Let's see who else are we missing. Trade Intuition, welcome to the chat. Joe, Magnets in the chat for Joe. And if you're not following Joe at Trade Intuition, where you learn to trade without the tuition, go give him a follow. We have Dave P and K Diggity in the chat. Good afternoon, fellas, ladies.
Yep. Poman got it. We got to add Jimmy back. What happened to Jimmy? There's Jimmy. Joe, thanks for shifting all your viewers over. We appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you always. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And as Frankie would say, we appreciate you for appreciating us, for appreciating you.
You.
Thank you.
6, 7.
There you go, K-Dig. All right, we're going to hit the coin market cap. Fear, greed, all that good stuff. Tony, you ready for that?
Let's go. What's going on, fam? So, I don't know if I can get my mouse to work. There we go. So our fear and greed index is at 36. I'm not sure exactly where it was last week. Let's see. 36. Well, it's definitely up a little bit from wherever it was. Are we looking at the right screen?
If you got the right one pulled up, we are.
Oh, here's the market cap. Yeah. So, sorry, I took a lot of energy out.
Let's go.
Our market cap, let's see, on the 22nd was at 3.6 trillion. We're up at 3.83 trillion now. As you can see here on the market cap, you can see that it's recovering slightly. And let's go over to the alt season coin, or the CMC altcoin season index. And last week, excuse me, we're at 25. We're just at 27 now. And so still not quite ripping. And then let's jump over to the
Not
fear
at
and greed.
27, it's not. That's for sure.
No, for sure. So
Well, the
fear
good
and
news
greed,
is, though, that means that 27 of them are ripping and they are in alt season. And how many do you need? Do you really need for your own portfolio all 75 or 100? And do you
You
need
just
that many?
need
Or
one.
do you... Exactly.
you just need one, but
Exactly.
hopefully you've got yourself spread apart, not just through one. Not financial advice, but anyways, our fear and greed. Yesterday we were at 34. We're at 36, and last week we were at 27. So maybe a little bit less fear, but still on the cautious side. So that's where things are in the crypto coin market cap. I'm sure we could share a lot more. It's been an interesting morning. We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, is that chat up on our screen like permanently now?
Well, you
What?
can take it off. So there's a function. If you scroll up to the top, that'll give you the option to take that off.
I mean, can the people at
Okay,
home
cool.
read it though? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's who it's for.
Yeah, I can't.
That's where you take
If
it
you're
off.
at home, how about this? If you're at home, can you read that? Can you actually read it from where you're at? Let us know.
It's not good to leave it on if you're going to cut shorts. It doesn't fit good in the shorts.
Yeah.
Philly Whiz Kid, Dave P, thanks for popping in. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you for coming on in. Let's bring up our man, the myth, the legend. Let's bring up some Dark Crash and let's hit some charts right away.
Let's go.
Anybody want to bring him up? Oop, oop.
Oop.
I didn't touch it. I
Oh,
did not
now I'm
touch
back.
it. I did
Hey.
not touch
Awesome.
it. That must have been crashing you, Tony.
Nah. How are y'all doing, everybody? How's the chat doing?
Good. Chat is on fire today. I heard you
We
are a
got
little bit under the
visitors.
weather, but nothing you can't handle.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a little bit sick, but I'm definitely not sick of Bitcoin. I mean, even with the state we're in today, looking over at those charts, we finally, as I've said in the past, like over the last week and a bit, we finally retraced back down to the DBSI line on the daily for Bitcoin, which has been what I've been looking for a long time. Now, as Dave was mentioning to me, we look over at the 1 hour, it's a very real possibility right now that we could be facing a retracement. That momentum has turned essentially into a gigantic ski slope, it appears. Our RSI and stochastics are spreading, and money flow is starting to trend down. But the only reason I'm a little bit against a bit of a short kind of setup here would be more or less here. Like, even though it's going to clip, it's going to produce a red dot. And we could get a small little bit of a short move. I still don't believe, like, based on the daily, that we're totally done here. We have some really strong strength coming up. Money flow has gone over. Our VWAP is still pointing up, and we have a really tight RSI and stochastic. Now, while it's still bleeding red and indicative of overbought, the direction, the angle, the tightness, just everything seems to be sloped at least in the upward direction in the short term before we face that retracement. But that being said, let's dig a little deeper into my favorite 24-minute chart. We are kind of seeing that flag taper off and bleed down. The next drop area I would predict would be around 112.5, 112.6, kind of in that range, right before it licks down to there. Otherwise, yeah, still holding strong. I would not expect a very violent move. If anything, it would be just probably a few percent. But yeah, that's the state of Bitcoin today. We're still below the fun channel, as I would like to say, and we're kind of back in our purgatory zone. Now, this was the profit-taking zone for some time, and now I would consider this back to be more of our accumulation, this whole area down here. Do we have the chance to possibly dip down to this lower anymore, would I say, as like a bit of a shock and awe scare? It's a very real possibility, especially with thin money flow over all this time. All it takes is one big mover to snap up the current liquidity, and well, we're gone. We just jump right back down to the next zone, which could be a big fear for many. But yeah, not financial advice, and that's kind of the current state of Bitcoin as it is.
And those
Strong.
bands are widening out too.
Yeah,
Looks like.
exactly.
Yeah.
Even on the weekly, it's still looking pretty grim. We've had our mountain here. We've had our another mountain here and baby mountain. So, or the foothills, if you want to call it that. And now we're pretty much looking at creating a lake, for lack of better words.
And the red dot on money flow looks like.
Mm-hmm. And we're still burning hot on the monthly, but yeah, that red dot that solidified last month is just pretty damning. And if we don't see a green dot anytime soon, well, I would look for that momentum to dip below, and subsequently we would retrace to that amount that I had labeled before, which was roughly, where are we going now? Let's peg this out a few weeks, so probably about here. Yeah, could very well lick just below 90K if that actually does happen. But we would have a couple levels to hit first. We would smash this value area of around 94, 95, and then have to do that before we retrace down. Those would be some good long setups, in my opinion, if we were looking for any major retracements. But right now, stick to that DBSI. It's very telling, very strong. It'd be the first entry point before we start looking for lower. But if we're looking again in short terms, or shorting terms, sorry, right now would be not such a bad idea to get some things set up with proper stop losses and stuff like that. At least that's what I would do. Again, the market is up to you to decide what's happening. Nobody knows the next move. And that's the current state of Bitcoin from my eyes.
Yeah, man. Let's check out Ethereum if you got a second. And Philly WizKid, yeah, new member. Thank you.
Yes,
And
welcome.
not just a new member, Billy, a Diamond Horn NFT holder member. So
Ooh.
Philly WizKid,
Wow, look at
Philly
that.
WizKid, we put a link in the Discord right there in the chat from Nightbot. Make sure you jump in there, give us your Cardano wallet address, and we'll send you over one of our NFTs.
Yeah, that's the big one there, Philly WizKid.
Yeah.
You set the bar high, brother. Thank you very much. We appreciate the
Thank
support.
you so much.
Love it. Love to see the community engagement.
Yeah, man. It's what it's all about.
Exactly. So I'm actually genuinely impressed when we have a setup like this on any candle time frame whatsoever, more specifically the daily. I would expect dumpage, like big time, but we had more or less a form of support and an inverted flag or triangle. Where's my old trendoscope? Let's see if it pops up anything. Nothing. But either way, we can clearly see some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 situation, and we're breaking out to the upside on this. And we also kind of have a bit of a hidden divergence that has more or less curved into a uneven butt cheek scenario right here. And of course, we're sitting on oversold on the RSI and stochastic right now, more or less leaning for a nice upside. The only thing that's making me want to say we got more to check out is the fact that our money flow is bleeding red still. Otherwise, Ethereum looking very strong despite what we would normally call a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dump situation, has turned more or less into a support situation. But if we dig a little deeper, we can see why that might be. And here we have, again, that divergence playing out to 1, 2, 3. And yeah, come back to test resistance on the DBSI. We're all poising up for a little bit of shorts here in Bitcoin and Ethereum, respectively, just because of the strength points we're at. The moves would be fairly small. I would not expect anything to be dramatic unless we get some drastic noise from market open. But I don't see anything huge coming down the line. Still
you
kind
real
of
quick,
staying strong.
Crash?
Dollar
Can
cost
you
averaging.
explain real quick? Not to interrupt you. Can you explain because of DDT the DBSI just for the people that may not know? You know the momentum oscillator. Just
Yeah,
he
dual
asked
band
that.
strength index.
Yeah, yeah. Just he asked that. You see that we posted it up there. Good one. Because you know we get new people all the time. We want to make sure everybody understands all of these acronyms that we have: POC, VAL. You know, all of them. So
Yeah, and on that daily
BGT.
too.
Yeah.
PPT. Yeah.
Yeah, on that daily. So we have the uneven butt cheek there, but aren't we missing a lower low to give us the bull dip and to get more strength and confluence that we're going to get a decent move?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, can you just say that again for me?
So on the daily, you were pointing out the uneven butt cheek, which
Oh, yeah.
alone and without the lower low, that's really not that great. Is that? I mean, it's not as strong without the lower low and the bull dip, right?
Yeah, it's not as strong at all. And let's just blow this up so it's a little bit
So
more
maybe a
visible.
lackluster bounce.
Yeah, exactly. A lackluster bounce leading into what I firmly believe to be that resistance point and a potential short setup as well.
Up in the golden pocket area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the
And
dual band
also that you've
strength
got a
index,
weekly naked POC up there.
yeah, forgive me for not having the information very readily available off the market cipher site to explain myself, but
No,
essentially
it's
it's
just to inform
yeah.
everybody. You're doing great, man. I mean, he's right. DDT's like, there's some people don't know what these acronyms are. I remember showing up at Frankie's back in the day, and I was like, what the heck is
Mhm.
he talking about? You know, so
And I'm constantly thinking about that in the back of my head about how I can explain myself better to you guys. So
yeah,
I'm
man.
hoping, yeah, just please ask as many questions. And if I don't get to them here on the stream, I'll happily answer anybody's questions in the Discord.
Yep, that's right.
Just real
So,
quick, Dark Crash, were you looking at was 4,200? Is that where you saying that the resistance was going to be at?
well, we're looking at, yeah, about 42.1, kind of in there, because we've got a lot of sit space up here at 43. So between 42, 42.1, and yeah, right about there.
Cool.
That's great. There you go, Jimmy. $4,200. Ethereum. Does anybody want to see any particular coin before we move on and move off the charts? Anybody in chat or anyone on the team? Let us know. We'll try to have Dark Crash pull it up real quick for us.
Well, I
Well,
don't know
yeah,
if we have Solana since we'll
Yeah.
be talking about
There you
that
go.
today. Sorry, Red.
No, you're good.
I got it in there.
I really love the way Jimmy Jim doesn't wear shorts in the live stream.
Solana looking a lot hotter than Ethereum, quite honestly. Similar setup, similar chart, but a lot more like an escalator, if I'm being honest. Oops, can you hear
And the
me?
escalator's headed down.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the escalator to nowhere, but also, and that nowhere just happens to be down. But yeah, it's all going to zero, folks. It's all going to zero.
Guaranteed.
But yeah, this is a quick blip of Solana looking very similar. And that is just an incredible weekly chart despite this massive retracement. This is all in line with gold because we just had like a massive run up with gold, right above 4,000 US an ounce. So this is just like everyone's seeing gold pop off and they're getting their profits taken. And it's like, okay, maybe it's my time to get out. So now retail's kind of having that shaky feeling, those cold feet, and they want to get out. So this is kind of that moment where we're looking at those shorts, those resistance bites, because those are going to be people's outs. Like they're just waiting to get a little bit back in their pocket on their position from what they may have lost. But I don't think too many people are going to want to hold their bags. So we got to just be ready for anything. And as far as the Solana dip goes, I could very well see it going below 170 again, honestly. Like it's wicked off of this area and this EMA band so much. Like I don't see why it won't try to just get actually right below it. It's been burning too hot for too long all these weeks. And let's see this.
Yeah, it needs to
measuring tool.
retest the highs.
Oh gosh, yeah. That move right there again, 1,000% move almost. So
Yeah.
definitely due for a retracement. Solana is still an incredibly popular coin with a wonderful ecosystem, and
Yeah,
I
we have some
would,
news on it today
yeah,
too. So
yeah. You want to share that with the crew?
well, not yet, but I was just saying. Yeah, it's pretty popular right now. Solana is.
Don't worry, Dark Crash. You're getting uh, accustomed to Billy's ways. Earlier we had a meeting. He didn't even want to let us talk.
Would you like to share
Just
that?
kidding.
You guys are making me sound like a.
No, we're just messing around.
It's all
We
good.
love you, Bill.
No. It's just we have segments. We have show
Yeah.
flow that we follow. That's all. Try
Yeah.
to, anyways. With these guys, you never know which way the show's going to flow. I can tell you that much. But
Exactly.
Oh wait, are we scheduled for any interruptions yet, or?
no interruptions, not commercials. They're interruptions.
Much like all the other charts, though, this 4 hour of Solana is showing that we're coming up to the dual band strength index. And again, that's a massive resistance support line that we always look for a decision, like whether that be north or south. And we got to trade on confluence. And of course, we're looking at a massive hit of resistance here. Bands are so far spread apart. They may not be red, but they are spread apart very far. And it just doesn't look too pretty. The only thing promising is that money flow. Right now, everything resistance wise pointing down in my eyes. 4 hour Solana. Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you. We appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So stick around, Crash, if you want. Uh, feel free to hang out with us. We appreciate you. I know you're sick, so if you can't, that's cool too. We understand, brother. So I want to
I think I'll be able to make it.
Okay. I'm going to start with just a global, the global week ahead. Shutdown aside, this is a great website if you guys haven't ever been there. You probably want to check it out. But it just in a nutshell gives you a nice little review, much like the CNBC sites do when you go and check out like the macro news and stuff. But U.S.-China trade tension is escalating, and these are just bullet points. U.S. earnings season kicks off. This is a week ahead. That could further inform the macro debates. U.S. stocks are richly priced, and we're going to talk about that a little bit because we're getting so much mixed data right now. Just the data is so mixed that I personally got some questions about it myself, right? Here's a chart. The Mag 7 fuels the Cap X supercycle. That's the expenditures that they're spending. Look at the money that they are spending. All of that's probably, not all of it, but a lot of that's AI, right? So they're paying that AI forward, trying to build up some way that they can create revenue off of all this AI CapEx expenditures. Another couple charts here that wanted to go through. That was earnings per share. So the banks, U.S. banks Q3 earnings. Look at this, guys. Goldman Sachs. Why is Goldman Sachs? So like if I'm an investor, I'm like, why is this so much more than say Citicorp or Wells Fargo or Morgan Stanley, right? There's some investigative work. Like if I was thinking about investing in a bank, I would be doing some work on this because the actual is the light blue, the estimated is the dark blue. So even though Goldman Sachs is, has the most right there, you can see that they missed actual. So they missed, here's the estimate, this is the actual. So interesting amount of money that the U.S. banks are spending. S&P profit margin. Now this is the trailing 12 months. It's been explosive, the S&P. U.S. earnings, pretty much good all around. The dividends, look at this. This was interesting. This was very interesting to me. The dividend yields, and it has the different exchanges down here at the bottom, the Nikkei, the S&P, the Dow Jones. typing. You can see how the yields have on each one have, look at the NASDAQ yield compared to, let's say, the Dow Jones. And then on the S&P NASDAQ price earnings ratio, look at where we are. All of this tells me, guys, there's something that's just not right. There's something that's not stacking up for me. There's just something that this stuff is unusually lopsided, in my worthless opinion. Look at the U.S. liabilities by category. Here we go. So the dark blue, the portfolio is and then the other investments as well. Direct investments and then financial derivatives. It's like, look at where we're approaching, guys. Look at this number. Look at this number. This is crazy. This is crazy numbers, man. Like unheard of numbers. U.S. assets by category. Anyways, this site is something if you guys want to at a glance go to. This would be a good site to go to. Mag 7 driving massive investment surge. Here we go. And you know what that is. That again, this is another form of a chart to really say the CapEx AI expenditure, because that's really what these guys are investing in, right? They're spending their capital expenditures on AI. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Alphabet, Meta, and NVIDIA. Look at these numbers. Look at that. I mean, that is just incredible. Look at 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, and just look at the way this is going. I've never seen anything like it. It's just such a steep curve. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to show everyone is, like, I've heard this, and it's, I didn't make this up. This is other people and other articles, the CNBC, everybody in the news, that financial news is like, we're in an everything market right now. Like, it's like, and that's why our thumbnails, everything's going to zero. And we're being facetious on that. Of course, we're being facetious on that. But like for the first time, we just have all of this massive investment and this massive stock market run. Meanwhile, President Trump is asked the Bill Pulte, director of the Fannie Mae, to incentivize new home construction for builders because we need 2 million units. On the flip side, the retail houses out there aren't selling. People have to take lower prices to sell their houses now. So that doesn't match up, right? Like if we don't have enough inventory, then you would think prices would be going up, but they're not. I don't get it. I don't get it. So U.S. inflation, we had that news as well, which came in a little bit better than what was expected. So anyways, if you guys need to add a glance to kind of know what's going on, this is a great little website to check it out. Just wanted to go through that and just talk about the macro with the team a little bit. What do you guys think? Here's my worthless opinion on it. My worthless opinion is I'm always praying and hoping for the best, but I have an investment thesis for myself, and my investment thesis will not work for you. It may, but it may not. So my investment thesis is, in the next 12 months, put crypto aside for a second, just macroeconomics. My investment thesis is, I'm staying safe because I think in the next 12 months, something's got to give. Something has to give. And I don't want to be exposed during that time. So now I could be dead wrong. I was talking with someone the other day, just yesterday, and they were like, hey, this could keep going for the next two years, at least while Trump's in the White House, and they could be 100% right. For me, in my age and my investment thesis, I'm not risking that. But for you, if I was 30 years old, I probably would think, yeah, I'm still willing to at least half of my capital, half of my principal, I would expose that aggressively. But I'm not, right? So everything's different depending on your age, depending on your investment risk tolerance, depending on your goals. But for me, man, I've seen this. I've seen this before, and I'm like, I am moving to a little bit more of a safety. Not with crypto. Crypto, I'm all set in, but on the other side of the house and the normal investments. What do you think about it all, Jimmy Jim?
Well, I mean, I think it's a good strategy, you know. I mean, especially if we see some type of a crypto top. I mean, I'm for sure liquidating and then, you know, putting that nest egg, if you will, into something safe.
Yeah, and
I mean, it'll be big enough to where a 10% increase, I'll be just fine.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've talked about where do you park your profits from this crypto cycle, and everybody's different. Again, I don't think there's one answer that's going to fit everybody, right? But like, you got to have your own investment thesis, and for me, it is going to be a USDC staked, and it's going to be in very, very bondish like mutual funds, real safe equity funds. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Because look at gold. Gold, blow off top on gold occurred. So could it keep going? Yes. But the probability curve on that is no. I mean, that's just the math. That's just a normal, historical data. So it's going to be different for everybody where you're going to park your profits, right? And just there's so many elements in your own personal life that goes into account that you can't just give a blanket answer. And that none of this is financial advice. We should get this thing scrolling at the bottom. It's just what we're thinking about for our own investment opportunities and our own investment theses, which will not work for everybody. What about
Billy,
you, Red?
did you say you're gonna?
Yeah.
Sorry, Billy. Did you say you're gonna park your profits in bonds and what did you say? Mutual funds?
No, I'm taking my crypto. First of all, I don't sell my Bitcoin. So
Right.
I don't sell my Bitcoin. But my crypto gains will be staked for the bear market. Not in my trading account. In my big crypto gains will be staked in USDC most likely. That's probably what I'll be doing. On the real wealth, which is everything before crypto, the stock market, I already moved 99% of that into out of the Mag 7 and into bonds and equity. So they're mutual funds, but they're like a 4 or 5%. But again, I'm pushing 60. If I was 30, I would not be doing that right now. I'd have a different outlook and I would be taking more risk. But that's why I say you can't really, one size doesn't fit all when you're thinking about this. What works for me may not work for you, right? So it could sound outrageous to you, but for me, I'm protecting that. 40 years of stock market investment, and I'm not willing to risk it in a bear market that looks pretty probable over the next year. Now, when we start rolling again, whenever that happens, then I'll adopt a different strategy for that particular time period. But right now, that's what I'm doing. And again, it might not work for everybody. What about you, Redman? What do you think about this macro stuff? Where are we going? Everything going to zero? What are we doing here?
My worthless opinion is my investment thesis hasn't changed. I got out of my gold at 4,200 on gold. I got out of my Bitcoin. I'm out of pretty much everything except for one. Dave knows this one. What is it, Dave?
What are you talking about?
What's the
Oh,
one coin
VVV?
the one coin you were making fun of me over?
VVV?
Venice is the only one because that's the only one I'm staking now. So, but I'm out of everything else. Why am I out of everything else? Well, there's my own personal reasons, but yeah, I'm with Billy on this one. I think that the cycle is coming to an end, and I still believe in the cycle, even though I've watched repeated people have been in TradFi for a long time who are now talking about Bitcoin. There was a guy on Pomp's show, this Visser guy. He was talking about how the 4-year cycle is over, and there is no more 4-year cycle. It's a controversial conversation because I've heard great arguments on both sides, but those are kind of the same people that say that we're going into a super cycle. But those are the kinds of things that you start to hear when things are very toppy, and I'm just not going to risk it. I can't afford to risk very much, so I went ahead and got out of everything, and my hands are washed clean, right? So but I'm waiting to get back in. So my thing is, hopefully we bottom in February, or hopefully we start to dip in February, and next year I can start getting into projects again. And that's kind of what my outlook looks like. It might be different from a lot of other people. I'm still expecting Bitcoin to go up. I'm still expecting the Magnificent Seven to go up. These guys are pumping these bags, right? The Treasury is pumping Bitcoin, and these corporate heads are pumping the Magnificent Seven, and they're going to pump it because they know everybody else is going to see this pumping, and they're going to start throwing all their money in there, and then they're just going to dump on everybody. And I just be careful, and like Dark Crash said, be prepared for anything. I don't think there will be a massive dump here. I think we go up for at least another week, another month or two, and then we massively dump
in crypto.
But that's my worthless opinion, and I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research, come up with your own thesis, and stick to it. Don't just change. We're not like trees swaying in the wind, going right and left. Stick to your own thesis. That's the best advice I can give you.
What about you, Tex Max Biomax?
Oh, well, I was trying to think of a quote, but I couldn't figure that out quite off the top of my head. But no, I mean, I'm for the most part, aside from using my bot based on parameters that has pretty wide parameters, probably 50K swing either way. I'm just going to watch to see when we get to the top, when we start trending downward, just change from longs to shorts. So, and I'll just continue to play that out with a wide range so that I'm not chopped at the knees or anything. All this dips that's happened, I haven't even had to really blink because I think my stop loss was about 90,000, maybe below that. And so just trying to play things smart, long game, not trying to 100x. I think I've got like 5x leverage. And so, just I put in small, and I'm just testing along the way and building my strategy, building my trading strategy. Really hadn't dug into that. For the most part, I've been a swing trader for most of my crypto time. And of course, that first year, everybody thinks they're a genius. I thought I was a genius. But I did well enough that I got my wife on board to realize the potential of it. I think you have to know those around you, know your family, know how you're going to influence them in a positive way, and then help them to buy in. And so everybody has a little bit of crypto. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to what we can build as we get into the bear, the tools and stuff, and just, building skill sets and in our mindset aside from different coins. So I think we're going to have a nice little top here at the end of the year, maybe early next year. And then I'm ready to prepare a lot better than I did last cycle.
Dave Digital, what's your thoughts on the big macro thesis?
Yeah, so I'm a little different. I don't have enough Bitcoin like some people do. I'm not a whole coiner, so my goal is still to get more Bitcoin. So I don't know that I will take the Bitcoin that I have and try to sell it and try to compound that necessarily, because I definitely don't want to risk that. I am a trader, so I will gain Bitcoin in that sense. Um, but as far as getting out of my current Bitcoin, I'm not going to get out of it. I'm gonna hold it, and I'm going to find other ways to compound into the Bitcoin, rather than to get out. So my DCA, I don't follow anybody's DCA plan except for kind of what Billy put in my head. So, but I do believe that we're not at a bottom on Bitcoin. So I think any of the money that I'm allocating toward Bitcoin will be an allocation into a stable coin, until we get the fear and greed and some other indicators in a buy zone.
How about you, Dark Crash? Any thoughts on the macro piece?
Yeah, I feel like based on what everyone said here, I very much align with what Dave Digital has said, except maybe just a little less trading and more so shaving off those profits, and then also turning my real life fiat gains from salary, etc., into. And by the way, I had some really good sales last week, so that's going to turn out well. So then I can basically turn that into the bank of Bitcoin and just keep stacking sats.
Nice. Nice.
And as far as altcoins go, obviously that's something else that I would look to shade more from, just sheerly due to the nature of them bleeding against Bitcoin.
Yeah. 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 That crash a couple of weeks ago got everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people in some exposed situations. That was a very suspect, and it wasn't just crypto. It was also in the
In
equity
commodities.
markets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's certainly got everybody a little bit nervous, I think.
Yeah, a lot of different industries and markets are looking really toppy.
Yeah. So our next topic, and we don't want to go into it was on all the YouTube shows, but it was interesting that Trump. Oh, Dave needs to back up there. There you go, Dave. Well, I think we both tried at the same time, Tony. Trump pardoned CZ, man. I wanted to talk about that and go around the horn and get everybody's thoughts on that. I mean,
That's a hot topic right now.
yeah,
There are some people
Yeah.
spread on
He's
each end of that one.
he's a pioneer in the industry for sure, and I very much enjoyed using the program and everything Binance back when it was legally available in Canada. Since the regulations changed, I've had to obviously offload to crypto.com, which has become my second home. But Binance being the biggest and most liquid, with such incredible features, access to futures and options and whatnot within, was very good, and their DeFi packages were very beneficial. But the problem is they didn't want to necessarily give those things up for their customers, so Canada outed them. But that being said, turning down to the states, the fact that he got that pardon and has a bit more freedom to act and work with the business again is, well, I don't know if there's still going to be limitations against him, but at the moment it seems like he's got the chance to rewrite history a little bit and make crypto look better than what previous administrations have done. So I think it's actually a really good step. And hopefully we can get Binance back in Canada.
yeah, that'd be good if you can. That's for sure. What's your thoughts on it, Jimmy Jim?
Well, I think first thing we need to do is get the damn government open. That's what I think. If we can just get that one piece done, especially the way Bitcoin's acting right now, that could be a really good thing. Get through some of this tariff battle crap, maybe a rate cut. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that can happen here in the just next month or two, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it looks, and it's one of the things we can get into for sure. But it looks pretty probable that there's going to be a rate cut. I just,
Well, if the government's not open and they don't get numbers, maybe
yeah,
not.
that's right, that's right. And it looks like, and I haven't kept up with that piece of it, but it looks like they're just both sides are just kind of holding tight, right? I mean, anybody got
That's
any
stupid,
update
man.
on that? I mean, I haven't got any update on like what the news is on that.
It's
So
just
far.
not open. That's the only update I got.
Yeah, still not open.
And it's stupid, right? I mean, hey, let's just renew what was already there, keep the government open. But no. Got to
But
give an inch.
but what do you think about CZ being pardoned? You think that's overall good, overall
Well,
bad?
look, I mean, Trump pardoned every manufacturer of the jab, right? I mean, I'm not surprised that he pardoned CZ in any way. Not surprised at all.
What's your
And I
thoughts?
think, I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
he's going to stifle things if you throw him in jail. Dude's been innovative. Let him be innovative.
That's true. I don't know. I couldn't prove this, but it feels like, Binance was doing some loose things back early on. And as they started seeing the adoption occurring and the government's getting involved and institutions, it seems like they cleaned up their act and got really, really compliant. But it seemed like, going back to 2020 and 2019 and 20, I don't know. There's stuff that went on that you're like, I don't know, right? But it does seem
Well, there
like,
weren't regulations.
well, yeah, but
You
in
could do
other
whatever the hell
countries,
you kind of wanted.
yeah,
Right.
and
It was the
and
Wild West.
it was the Wild West, and
And if you didn't do those things, you're going to get left behind.
yeah, well,
Yep.
but they certainly seem to really become a company that wants to be innovative and
Well, they had the
continue
U.S. up their
ecos-
butt for the last few years now, haven't they?
Yeah, remember we had to use Binance US, and when all that was going down with FTX, I pulled back off the crypto.com, off of Binance US, off the FTX US in those days before it actually went down. Just all that stuff started happening with Luna and Celsius and all that. So I pulled off all that and kind of focused around Coinbase because it's a US based company exchange. And so I have those accounts. Like I said, I think a couple of weeks ago, I finally logged back into my Binance US account and realized I had some BNB in there from a long time ago. And I was like, hey, this is nice. But I really don't use those exchanges. Crypto.com, I just, like with all those exchanges, once the FTX collapse started occurring, or right just prior to that, all that negative Luna, Celsius, all that stuff, it was like, man, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. And I'm so thankful because I had a lot on FTX US. The only thing I left on there they got is like 16 Solana. And you got to remember that was when it was $20. So I had 16 at $20. That's what I lost. And I thought, okay, I'm good. I'm not going to mess with it. Well, of course, now, Solana's $200. I'd be like, oh, where's my 16 still? Right? But I felt blessed because I had a lot on FTX. I used FTX quite a bit back in those days. So I'm blessed that I got out of there. But what's your thoughts on the whole CZ thing? Tex-Mex, Balmex?
Well, I know the SEC's taking a look at things regarding the Trump family because their USD1 coin is what the UAE put, $2 billion investment in Binance with that stable coin, the USD1. So the Trump's family's stable coin. And so there's obviously some, but people are going to look at it one way or the other. I mean, CZ, I don't know that Binance was such the evil thing out there. I think that because it was maybe not begun in the U.S., then it had a lot more, hate on it. So, I mean, I think that I don't know about the pardoning, but maybe that's just one way to go. I mean, I think that crypto's global, and anything that's global scares some of the different powers that be. And so I'm excited to see where things are going. I'm excited that actually I was able to use BNB for the first time in this last year in Texas without a VPN, and so that's been exciting to be able to jump in and start playing around with it. So
Yeah. Who'd we miss? Redman, did you talk about it yet?
Nope.
What's your thoughts on it?
nope.
I think it's well, obviously it's positive, right? Because the market's reacted to it positively. So we got BNB up 5% since it's post pardon, and then we got, like Tony was talking about, the World Liberty Fi up 15%. So the market is loving this, right? Because they know that, and not only that, CZ has claimed that he's going to help the United States become the crypto capital of the world, and that's what Trump wants. So they could rival Singapore, because Singapore right now is number one or close to it. But the thing is this has also pumped the poly market question on whether Trump's gonna pardon SBF. So I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Trump has a little bit of sense to him. I think BZ, I like BZ as a person. He wants to do good. He started this thing, I think, last year. It was a program to bring school to all the kids who can't go to school. And it was an amazing project. I mean, it's a giver's gain project. I mean, he was pumping it big time. I don't know if he's still doing it right now, and I haven't heard anything about it lately. But to me, it sounded like, okay, CZ wants to help mass adoption, and CZ wants to help people instead of just making those fees off everybody and pocketing the money. But yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great for policy. I think it's great for crypto. There's going to be people that cry. Whatever Trump does, people are going to cry about it. So I'm kind of used to that part. But yeah, I think pardoning CZ. Yeah, I think pardoning CZ is a good thing for the space.
Yeah, it certainly puts eyeballs on the space, and it seems like Trump has been good about putting eyeballs on the crypto space, and I like that. Whether you, not to get all political, either or, doesn't matter, but to bring positivity to crypto is something that I think everybody should be accepting and celebrating, really, in the end. All right. That's a good topic. We were also going to talk about Trump's executive order. Let me see. That was trending. We found that to be trending. Let me pull up. I'll just read this too. It says. So you remember the executive order was signed way back in March of 2025, right? Signed an executive order positioning the U.S. as the world's Bitcoin and crypto leader, fueling optimism for institutional inflows and policy support, which we know that happened. This ties into a broader pro-crypto momentum, with predictions of Bitcoin reaching new highs as adoption accelerates. Blah, blah, blah. On March 6th, that's when that happened. Well, why is it trending again? Why is it back in the news? Well, one of the things that he also did was President Trump's pre-order announcement and subsequent White House clarifications identified the following as prioritized for inclusion in the stockpile based on market relevance, resilience, and utility in DeFi cross-border applications. So the stockpile: Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Okay, now keep in mind, it says known 2025 forfeitures have also added assets like USD Tether. So we've seized some Tether to the government holdings eligible for the stockpile. So they made it so the USDT that they've seized is eligible for the stockpile. Overall holdings of non-BTC assets remain smaller than BTC's 15 to 20 billion, with exact inventories not fully public. due to ongoing scrutiny, security reviews, ongoing security reviews. So, when we talk about the Trump's executive order, and we talk about the Clarity Act, and we talk about all this stuff, we talk about Bitcoin capital of the world, and Trump's pro crypto, and all that stuff. You got to remember the Treasury is different than the stockpile. What is allowed in the stockpile already is just what I read off: Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. So as the government shut down right now, that's why we're not seeing any of the ETFs being approved. We were going to have a lot of ETFs being approved in October. Government shut down. Also, it impacts the subcommittees of the Clarity Act. So all of that gets passed, and then they start forming their subcommittees to create the actual harder coded legislation. All of that's been set aside. So to Jimmy's point earlier, we need to get the government open, because there's some more positive crypto things that are coming that I think are really going to help us, give a shot in the arm. If we had any hope for all season at all, it'd be helpful. And that's probably why that stuff was trendy yesterday when I pulled this. What do you think about all that, Jimmy? Jim?
I mean, at this point right now, I think we kind of go back to a conversation we had months ago, right? An order of business that has to happen for anything to turn around. I guess you could say the stock market's been doing pretty damn good here over the last few months. And I wish I would have actually left a little dust in the in the stock market, but at the time, it just made sense for me to take what I had in there, move it over here to the IRA account, and get as much Bitcoin as I possibly could at the moment. I think it was at 32 or 33 at that point. And I think, here,
That's pretty doggone good. 33,000 a coin. Yeah.
Oh,
you did all right.
Hindsight, what it is. I wish I would have bought a lot more.
Yeah.
I wish I would have turned off node rewards back then on Gala, because I would have sold that and put it right into Bitcoin. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Billy.
Sorry, man. Sorry. So you were buying it.
I'll come back to me. I'll have it in a second. I was going somewhere, and
I derailed you, man.
I went off in the weeds.
All right.
That's all right. Come back to me. I'll think of it in a minute.
What do you think, Red Man?
Well, I think you kind of mentioned it, Billy. I think the biggest part of this is the forfeiture part. Trump he's making good on his promises. He told everybody he was going to create, a national reserve of assets, and basically that's what he's doing. But he's not doing that with the American taxpayer dollars. He's doing that with all the forfeitures that each of these agencies are getting. So it's the same thing like when they were talking about the Bitcoin reserve and using the gold that's in Fort Knox to pay for the Bitcoin, which I'm all for, because I'm for Bitcoin over gold, even though I love both of them. But instead of making Americans pay for it, find another way. Find a budget neutral way to pay for this stuff. I think that works out better for the American taxpayer. They can use those taxpayer dollars towards funding that we need just to have the country to operate, even though right now we're shut down. I think hopefully this shutdown gets taken care of. But getting back on track, I think this sparks market optimism in these altcoins like ADA and stable coins. And so
Fred's going to keep going. No, did you guys see that? $115,000 Bitcoin. Sorry.
It hit it.
Yeah,
That's
went
why I was.
115.5 and back down to 114.5.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's why I was pumping my fist there for a second. We were up, $3,000 on the day. So good
No
for
wonder
Bitcoin.
Dave's quiet.
We got that little bit of
Yeah, Dave.
liquidation.
Dave's trading right now.
Yeah, you can tell he's on it. So Dave, just to set you up, when Redman's done, I'm coming to you. So hope you know what topic we're talking about. Go ahead, Red.
What
Sorry to
are we
interrupt
talking
you,
about again?
Go ahead, Red.
I think it's a pivot point, right, in policy, and I think Trump can move the ship, and I think he's moving the ship, and this is one of the ways he's going to influence people. He's going to influence it by letting people know, hey, the government is acquiring these assets, they are legit, and he's bringing a verification to the market. Lack for a better word, clarification, verification. I don't know which word I want to use, but anyways, I'm having a brain fart. Go ahead, Billy.
No, you did.
Yeah, imagine if they came out tomorrow and said the government's back open with the price action we're seeing right now. It'll be back over 120.
Just like that, huh?
I mean, just like that.
Look at Andy says November 5th, the government will reopen.
That's ambitious.
She's got somebody's phone number, I guess. She
That's
knows
election day,
exactly
isn't it?
what's going on.
Is that what you're thinking, Andy? Oh, here's a good one from Andrew. That's just point blank right there. Good to see you, Andrew. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate you, man. What do you
But
think?
the government does open back up. It'll probably be on a Friday, so they'll have the weekend off.
Yeah.
Most likely.
It's got to be a long weekend.
What's this, K-Dig? Trump mentioned that they have the framework for a deal with China concerning the 100% tariffs. Yeah, earlier today, I think. No. We need that, man. We need that piece settled. We also need the peace with Canada settled. I know that tariff talk is heating up, it seems like. We need to
Talking about the 51st state discussion.
No, the tariff piece with Canada, too.
I know. I'm just trying to tease Dark Crash there.
Well, Canada changed their tone as well. I think they were more favorable. I think they want to get a deal done, of course. They don't want to pay a whole bunch of tariffs.
Okay.
It's not good for anybody.
Shuby, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, Shuby. We appreciate you, brother. So, Tony, any thoughts on this macro thing that we're talking about here?
He's talking about the executive order?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, I think that executive orders, I think we need to get past just administration by executive order. I think it's a good start. Of course, it has to go into a bill and passed for it to have long term. But I think it's a great start. We've got a 4-year ramp up as Bitcoin and a lot of crypto has finally gotten some adoption. I don't think that it's going to go backwards from there necessarily, but I think it. I guess over the last couple of decades, we just had a lot of administrations going by executive order, and I'd like to be able to see some people get to work and pay our military folks. And I think if the government has a budget that they don't pass by a certain time, then maybe those seats need to be up for vote. But I know that's not what we're really talking about. I won't get more political than that. But I think there you go.
You guys. No. We got, it's not about
Just notice
politics.
Akash is up 33% too.
Wow, gosh.
33%.
Are you in on that, Jimmy?
Yeah, I still got some.
You're smiling ear to ear. It would tell me you're in on it.
I'm laughing at Tony's.
China.
Well, let me tell you about this amazing community, Billy Goattails. They're fantastic, really tremendous. Keever's Gain is their motto, and let me tell you, it's catching on bigly in the business world. I hear Keever's Gain 111 on YouTube and join their live X Space on Tuesdays, It's exciting, believe me. Billy Goattails, a winner every time.
Wrong.
All right, Crash, any thoughts on the executive orders or resurfacing and trending?
For executive orders resurfacing and trending.
Yeah, that we were talking about.
Yeah, it's helpful. Although I much more prefer grassroots activation of these types of ideas that we come up with, and movements that come in the crypto space for allowing such ETFs and everything else to be explored. But like, I just don't feel like it's necessarily the best avenue. It's certainly the quickest, but it feels a little bit more authoritarian in that sense. And like, we may not get the best package if it doesn't go against the grid of society, and we all put our opinion towards it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, we need the framework. We need the structure. Crypto is grassroots, right? So it started without any
Exactly.
framework, without any structure. So now that we got some adoption, we had to have, and it's sad, right? Because that's where the two worlds collide, where you have decentralization and the power of the people, and in the people's hands, but then to make it flow through systems, institutional systems in countries, you got to have some framework, So here we are, in that weird spot.
And this is exactly why we have orders, is so that we can sometimes spearhead what can't initially get through the first few walls of resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in years and years, 16 years in now, we finally got some traction building. But it brings in these bad actors, brings in big money institutions, BlackRock.
Sam Bankman-Fried's.
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried. So
CZ.
Well, yeah, I
I don't
suppose. Hot take for sure.
Let's, Tony, you ready to talk about our weekends at Billy's?
Yeah, sure thing. I don't know if we're gonna show
Yeah,
Jimmy's special
yeah.
during this,
Yeah.
or we're gonna show it after. But weekend at Billy's, well, obviously, who was it already? Philly Whiz Kid is going to get one of our NFTs. I really hope, Philly Whiz Kid, that it becomes an Easter egg. And I don't know, Billy, if you saw the private chat, you can go check it and get back to me. But yeah, there's a few messages in there. So anyways, let me share our Billy Goat Tales screen, and then we can, I don't know if you wanted to start off with the promo, Red. I mean, not Red, Dave, if you want to show the little video, although might be a different date next year. Maybe not.
The promo is backdated, so I didn't think we were showing it. Do you want me to play it?
No, we're good. We're good. So anyways, Billy Goat Tales right here, BillyGoatTales.io is where you can get one of our NFTs. It's where you can find a lot of stuff. But the reason why you might want to get at least one of our NFTs is because we have a lot of things that are tied to it. So if you go over here on this mint info, you can learn a little bit about it. First of all, it's a 30-chapter book broken into 10 different sections, 3 chapter segments. And this year we had our Easter egg winner. Our Easter egg winners are always going to have probably the best chance. We haven't decided what next year's is actually going to be. So, we know the Easter egg winners is going to have the best perks when they attend the Billy Goat Tales retreat. And so this last year, Po-Man had won. He wasn't able to make it at the last minute, but we are going to reserve something for Po-Man, I'm sure. And to be able to go get one, you can just click right there on that official Mint site. It takes you pretty much to this site here. And if you were a speaker, there's 172 speakers. If you were a speaker, then your address is already whitelisted. It's 20 ADA. Public sales 25 ADA. So it's not that much to be able to get one NFT and be maybe entered into the chance to be able to join us at Billy Goat Tales retreats. This last year it was at Lake Hartwell, where the team's still deciding where it might be next year, I think. And I'm going to share part of Chapter 8, which was Chapter 7 through 9 is one of the NFTs. Chapter 8, this is some of the main points. We had Charles Hoskinson on. He said, by giving ourselves just a few seconds to breathe and gain perspective, we can respond with clarity and composure. Anyways, we talked a lot about emotional intelligence in Chapter 8. And So Billy, we haven't really decided as a team, but Jimmy, do you have that video ready? Do you want to share?
I thought you had it ready, man.
Oh, I have it. I do have it ready. I can bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go get it.
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring that down.
Yeah, there you go.
So
You guys are
I
going to
will.
like this, chat. I think you're going to like this. Check this out. This is what you're missing out on.
Yeah, this is a little bit of what we're missing out on right here. So let me bring that in and get this started. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I think that's in kilometers per hour.
Billy Goat Tales. Weekend at Billy's. Gotta come next year. I'm telling you.
Jimmy, get me in my tall socks. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody loved this.
Crypto Billy with his
My
tall black
tall
socks.
black socks. locking her up, packing her up. Great weekend. A long drive. It is, boy.
Pose video. Who likes you like poses?
Jimmy Jim. What a great trip. Way to end the Billy Goat Tales weekend. Yeah. There we go.
Look
boys.
out! What is that thing? Wait for
Why was I
me!
trying to stop the bullet?
Billy!
Yeah, Squirrel Shine Bob even got in on the action, didn't he?
Yeah, sure did.
Oops.
All that production work was done by Jimmy Jim. He put it
Yeah.
all, most of it together,
Good job.
except that piece at the end. I think that was Tex-Mex Bottlenecks.
Yeah.
Squirrel Shine Bob.
Had to take that cameo footage.
Yeah. But no, we had a great time. And so get one of the NFTs. They're inexpensive. They're not going to go up in value. Hey, we're not promised you anything except if you get one with the Easter egg on it, your name gets put on the wheel. And you get to come on the trip. And we are going to have a pretty good trip next year. I can tell you that. So this one was our first annual. We're going to do another one. We're going to do one every year. So you want to be a holder of
At
that.
the ranch.
Yeah, we got to talk about all that, Jimmy. But but Tony, as long as everything's connected, I saw in the private messages. As long as you think it's good, okay. But if not, we don't want to do that live. So it's up to you.
Yeah. Well, it's connected. I just have to
Okay.
verify that I'm human again. So let me see if I can do that.
Okay. We're going to show everybody how easy this is then, and we're going to mint out an NFT that we can send.
All right. Yeah, I'm human. Okay. So I will share this screen again. This is going to be for Philly Whiz Kid. This is full verification of what's going on here. We're going to mint your NFT right now. So we are whitelisted because we are the BGT wallet. So we're going to mint one new NFT. And this is going to be yours, Philly Whiz Kid. I'm going to take this off screen for a second.
Take it off screen.
Okay, you need to verify that, or nothing private on there. You know how that works, Dave Digital. Freakies.
I was entering the password. I just want to make sure. All right. Well, it's forging the asset. It should be going here soon. I'm not sure if it's going to show here, Billy, but we will have it in our wallet, and we will send that over to Philly Whiz Kid. All you got to do, and maybe we might have to reach out, but jump in our Discord and give us your wallet address. I'm sure we can reach out to you a few times.
Yeah.
But we
Philly
have
Whiz
that.
Kid, you just need a Cardano wallet, a Vesper. You can go right on the App Store. It's real easy. Download it. Boom, you got one. And we send that right over to that wall. Just copy paste the public wallet address to us, and we then send it right over to you. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, if it shares the actual NFT in this, then I'll bring it back up. But we can continue with the show while it's working on the back end.
Yeah, so that was a really good. Any more thoughts on the trip, guys? Any thoughts on that before we move on?
Looking forward to the ranch.
I didn't see any snow out there.
Let's go, ranch. Let's go.
Jimmy and Dave are trying to get us on a ranch in Texas somewhere. We'll see.
Chicken ranch, probably. I don't know.
Chicken ranch.
Sounds like 3 votes.
I know of a ranch in El Paso that could probably host us, but I don't know if we want to go to El Paso.
Let's move on.
No, we don't. Just for the record.
So, big news, guys.
Big.
If I could get us up there.
Huge. It's gonna be
Fidelity.
It's huge.
The investment firm with 5.8 trillion in assets under management will make Solana Sol accessible to its brokerage customers. The latest move shows demand for Sol despite the delay of the additional ETFs. I'm thinking NFTs, ETF approvals. Fidelity, the fund with 5.8 trillion, started offering Solana Sol directly to brokerage customers already. So this is live, guys. This is the adoption that we've been like, really, this is crazy. Think about this. Just go back a year. And for us to say that, oh yeah, Fidelity is offering the Solana token, it just blows my mind. And of course, Fidelity offers custodial services mostly used for BTC and ETH deposits. The fund holds over 43 billion in BTC, the most dominant assets in the custodial wallet. The addition of Solana will grant brokerage users access to both trading and custody. Wow. What's your thoughts on that? Good, bad, indifferent, Jimmy Jim?
Well, I mean, what was it? A week and a half ago? It was right after we got back from our trip. I'm up on Solana big time. And, we're just at that time in the market where, I mean, if I'm up on something 5 or 6%, I've been taking some off the table. I think Solana's still got a ways to go. I mean, if it came back down, I'd probably jump back in and just grab a little bit more. If it dumped down to that 175, I might jump in on that, back in on it. But I still have like 66% of what I had. But my cost basis was under $40. So, I mean,
it's huge.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So there's some people predicting, because of this kind of action with the legacy marketplaces, that Solana could double from here, and who knows? We don't know. Like, I have some Sol, I trade Sol and I have some Sol, right? So I've already made really good trades with Sol this year. And all the stuff I've had that's accumulating, I haven't really touched it. So, and I know Lifer jumped in at like 106. He got like, I think it was like 106 or 106 was the price. And I know he went it big, and Solana, that's fully doxed. I mean, he talks about it all the time, so I'm not sharing anything there, but what do you think, Redman? What's your thoughts on Solana?
Oh, I think it's massively bullish that Fidelity is now buying spot Solana. I mean, that's amazing. It shows you the market turn. It shows you how bullish this market really is. I think another thing too is, their DeFi TVL hit all-time highs. Solana's DeFi total value lock reached a peak of 12.27 billion in early October 2025, up from a Q3 dip fueled by upgrades like Firedancer project and Radium. It says Radium has 27 billion in TVL, underscoring the network's rebound and capacity to rival Ethereum in liquidity and user activity. That's massive, because Ethereum is by far number 2, but Solana's catching up. So, I mean, you got to look at it like this. These institutions are looking at Bitcoin, they're looking at Ethereum, they're looking at Solana, and they're asking themselves, what coin is going to make me more money? I mean, is it easier for me to get 1,000% out of Solana, Ethereum, or Bitcoin? I think that's what's in play here. That's what their thought process is, because it's a lot easier to be profitable in Solana than it is Bitcoin. Ethereum and Solana. We'll see
You
what
mean
happens
at this stage in the
stage in
cycle?
the market. At
Yeah.
this stage in the market, yeah, because everything has a time period.
If Solana's going to perform. If it's not going to perform, it's different. We don't know yet because I mean,
Exactly.
Solana hasn't even. It's not even on the 30-day window outperforming Bitcoin yet.
We'll see. Well, it's all speculation, right? But when you get news like this, pretty bullish, could see 250 Solana, could see 275. I think those are conservative numbers for the end of the year.
Yeah, and Solana's no longer the new kid on the block. It's part of the Backstreet Boys.
Really has become one of those big ones. And I think 5 years from now, we're all going to be talking about how we had, $60 Solana. I bought Solana for $12.05, man, and that was in November of 22, I believe. And like, I think it's gonna be more like ETH, right? So like, that'd be like saying you bought ETH at $12.05. It's like, what? That's crazy, right? Now I've already told this story. I sold it at $58 at $12.05. I still don't have that. I sold it at $58. So I did well on it, right? It was a long swing and it did well on it. So, what do you think, Tony?
Well, I think for a long time, Solana was always pegged as the centralized one, as the one that always went down and had issues with its blockchain going down. But I can't recall. I'm sure it hasn't been too long. It hasn't been more than a couple of years, but I don't think Solana's gone down in the last while. It's been a while. Like I can't even recall it. And centralization seems to be where most of these tokens are going, especially through the ETF route, anyways, right?
Well, I mean, it pulled back like everything else pulled back.
Oh yeah,
he means the whole system crashed like it used to do.
Oh,
the whole system used to crash, and I can't recall the last time it did that. So I'm not talking about the tokenomics.
I married Solana
Not this
back
year,
in,
I don't think.
Yeah, I married Solana back in late 2024, and she hasn't gone down on me since.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that provides strength. That provides strength. And kid-friendly show. That provides strength. And the fact that we used to always talk about Solana's downside was that it was centralized. But I think all tokens have pretty much, the ones that are trying to go for ETFs and get ETF approval are at least maybe not on the blockchain side, but on the coin side, they're tying themselves to some sort of centralized control. So I think it's a positive thing. And Red Man's lost in the bubbles out there. You can mute yourself, bro. All you have to do is mute yourself. So while I have the stage, I might as well take over this part of the stage, Billy. I'm just going to jump into this. So we could go and confirm on the blockchain which NFT this was. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. It's going to open up the transaction hash. So we got that here. We've got let's see, BGT 10984. I'm going to click.
Easy.
Oh, is it not showing? Okay, let me show. So it's here's the transaction hash right there. And here's the actual NFT. And I'll click there, and I'll click on the asset ID right here. And let me pull up Pool PM. Pool PM will show on Cardano exactly which NFT this is. So it is a Chapter 3, which means Chapter 7 through 9 is what you get. Our Chapter 3 NFT cover, taking action.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's not an Easter egg this time, but better.
I'm going to send him an Easter egg one.
Next time. Well, there you go. Our first Diamond Horn NFT is going to also get an Easter egg from Billy. See, when you take action, things happen.
Yeah.
All right. So, Philly WizKid, make sure you jump in that Discord. Make sure you give us your NFT, Cardano NFT wallet. If you're not here this week, if we don't hear from you, I'm sure the next time we see you, we'll remind you.
Yep. All right. Let's go to our next. I'm going to jump over and get to your topic, Red. I know you had because it's gone so fast, so I don't want to miss out. So Well, let's hit yours. The what was
Yeah.
it? Coinbase.
Yeah. Let me take myself out of the screen here, Tony. Can you blow me up?
Muted. There you
Oh,
go.
Can't hear you.
Um,
Can't hear you, Red.
He's probably over there
Hey.
laughing.
hey. Can you hear me now?
Don't marry Solana.
Don't marry Solana. She won't go. What? Coinbase token could be worth as much as 34 billion, JP Morgan says. Now, this is a bunch of speculation, so I just want to touch base with you guys real quick and say this is not financial advice. This is just something that I found that was very interesting, and I'd like to share with the Billy Goat Tales community. It says JP Morgan sees Coinbase's network growth and upcoming token exploration as a shift toward deeper on-chain monetization. So JP Morgan went to basically Base and said, hey, you guys should launch a token because there's a lot of on-chain activity. It shows right here in the chart. Look at the on-chain activity. What is that? That was November of last year compared to right now. Massive on-chain growth for Base. So it's only fitting that they launch a token, at least in my eyes anyways. JP Morgan analyst said Coinbase could unlock up to 34 billion in value through the eventual launch of a Base network token, calling it a major monetization path alongside the company's push into USDC yields and on-chain trading. So basically, the long and short of it is JP Morgan's trying to get Base to launch a token because they see a lot of profit coming out of it, and they feel like this could be good for Base. Now, based on current network activity and lofty token economics, the bank modeled a $12 billion to $34 billion market cap over time, with Coinbase likely retaining 40% of supply, equal to roughly $4 billion to $12 billion in equity value. The projection follows Coinbase's own recent comment suggesting it is beginning to explore. Now that's in comment. That's in commas. Okay, they're just beginning to explore a native token for Base. At Basecamp conference in Vermont last month, Base creator Jesse Pollock said, who I like very much, said a token could accelerate decentralization and expand opportunities for builders. CEO Brian Armstrong, Big Uncle Brian, later confirmed on X that Base is exploring the idea but has no definitive plan. So that tells you right there, this is speculation. They are exploring the token. And my big thing is, I was going to ask the team as well as the community if they thought Base at this point should come out with a token. I mean, Base has been an L2. It was built on optimism. It's been out since 2023. I think August of 2023 is when it came out. So we're looking at 2 years later. And now they're trying to explore an option. It seems a little bit of a money grab, to be honest with you. They're doing it basically for money at this point. It's kind of obvious when a big bank comes to you and says, hey, I think it'd be a great idea if you make more money. Well, what's the point behind that? It's they're going to take more money out of the retail's hands. But I feel like Coinbase could be, and I'm saying that to say this, I feel like Coinbase could be an Apple type company. They have a lot of different revenue streams. They have the Base app going off now. They got Jesse Pollock going off now. It's only fitting that they do drop a token. They have coin on the TradFi side. They have coin that's trading, I think it's $300 and something, Billy. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's done very, very well, but they don't have a token yet. And they're a crypto company. So doesn't a crypto company need a token, even though it looks kind of like a money grab? I don't know. I was going to ask you guys as well as the community. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Base should launch a token. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think it's a good idea. Well, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Billy, what
I mean,
do you think? I'll
generally
start with you.
speaking, it feels like, being in this for so long now, it feels like anytime someone launches a token, it's a money grab. It just feels that way, right? So you always are going to have that negative connotation when
Well,
people launch.
how does Base Network work now? Do y'all use the token? Is there a token that you use natively, like you would use a BNB token, or you would use a Solana token, or is there something that you? I haven't used Base. You know, I've
So
signed up on some wait list, but I haven't gotten in. So, is there?
no,
What do you use now?
it was built upon Ethereum. Um, basically the gas fees are non-existent. I think it takes it out of the swap itself. You'll see like the fees are like a penny. I mean, they're like half a penny. They're literally nothing. I mean, it literally costs nothing for me. It would have to be a base token to a base token, but it would only cost a half a penny out of whatever you're swapping, instead of, like an actual gas token. That's kind of what my experience has been with it. But every time I look at the gas fees on those swaps, it's literally nothing at all, like a half a penny. And you don't even, even in times of high traffic, I think the most I've ever seen it was a penny and a half. But yeah, I've traded on base for a long time. I'll continue to do so because it's so cheap. I got away from trading on Ethereum because it was expensive. It's not as expensive as it was, but that was the whole reason why I switched all of my tokens to Base, was because it was cheaper, it was faster, and I didn't have to really pay anything for gas fees. So in the article, it does say Coinbase shares are trading around $355, making JP Morgan's 404 price. See, they think by launching the token, the Coinbase shares will go up. So that tells you right there is they're trying to pump bags, which, I mean, I get it. It makes sense. And it also said that when the Genius Act stablecoin bill was passed, that's another reason why JP Morgan has been so big in the game, especially with stable coins, because banks are trying to get in on stable coins before everybody else does. And I've been surprised, because it was Jamie Dimon who was saying Bitcoin was such a scam for so long, and now he's got all these apps and all this crypto stuff. They're talking to big people. I watched a video last week with the crypto report by A16Z, put out a crypto report last year, and they said they were amazed about how JP Morgan was really in the game, asking great questions about what kind of crypto financial vehicles to put out that would help people. And to me, it's just, I don't know. I'm not 100% for JP Morgan. I never have been, but they could do a lot of damage in our industry. That's for sure.
Emma, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Crabman, always good to see you. Crabman OG over in Frankie Candles live stream. Good to see you. Yeah, no, my opinion on it, Red, like when I first started using Base, Dave, you have ETH and then you have Base ETH. And so, like, to interact with Base, you have to convert your ETH to Base ETH. And it was a little complicated at the beginning, but once you get used to that, it's pretty fast and easy and cheap to use the Base wallet, the Base. And it's so easy to just flop from your Coinbase account to your Coinbase wallet, use Base. But I'm not like OG in the Base community at all. I use it from time to time. I have a wallet I use there, and I have. Well, we were in. Our group was in Tennessee one time when we were in Nashville, and I was in that house, and I was trying to convert. I can't remember what it was. You remember this? I was trying to convert something.
Well, you
I
had
used Houdini swap.
we had to bridge, yeah.
Yeah, I had to bridge over. I had to get rid of that base ETH. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
we had to bridge from Ethereum to something else. I can't forget what the other chain was, but we used Houdini swap to do it.
Houdini
But
swap, yeah.
it was expensive. It was
Yeah.
expensive to do that.
At that time, yeah. So once you have the base ETH, right, then you pretty much are going to use that to interact with the base tokens and all the stuff in the base ecosystem. That's pretty much what it runs on, right? So now if you're always in there, you're always going to have some base ETH in your wallet. But I don't know. A lot of people are really hyping base up and saying like it's going to be the one. But who knows? It's all speculation.
Yeah, and what you do, Dave, is you bridge your ETH from Ethereum to base. That's what you do. You do that first, and then that will give you the gas to make the swap. But the swap is super, super cheap.
Go around the horn. Tony looks guilty. What do you think about it, Tony? Base.
I don't know if you guys could hear me earlier. I
No,
don't
we
think
couldn't.
we could.
We cannot hear you.
But you obviously put me on screen and on notice. What do I think of base? I don't think that I'm tired of new coins all the time. How about that? I mean, this last year of Pump Fun and Coin for Everything. I think we even at one point were thinking about a coin a couple years ago, and I think we just held off, and I think that was a smart move. You know, if there's a coin for a reason, maybe, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I really don't have an opinion. I think I'm just oversaturated with new coins.
Somebody at the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the door.
Greetings and salutations, fellow seekers of wisdom and camaraderie. Allow me to regale you with the tale of Billy Goat Tales, a paragon of the giver's gain ethos in the crypto cosmos. Join our assembly every Tuesday evening and bask in the enlightenment for a deeper dive into the realms of motivation. Catch me on Sundays at Giver's Gain 111. Let the resonant frequencies of our shared ethos elevate your spirit. Stay lit, stay inspired, and remember the future beckons.
Elon,
Emma in the chat's trying to figure out if she should have dinner or a sweet treat. And I said, you might as well have both. And she said, you know what, Tex-Mex, you know the vibe. So I say, Emma, have a little bit of din-din and maybe have some ice cream with some Hershey syrup on top.
Whoa.
What do you mean?
Whoa.
Chocolate syrup. Come
Living on the dangerous side.
You guys are off the chain today, I swear.
Shout out to X. We have 77 viewers, so that's great to see that helping us on.
Good to see what color Billy is.
I'm same color as normal, Dave.
I didn't know.
So Tony, you have a little AI segment that you wanted to talk about as well.
I do indeed. Here, let me go pull my AI segment back up. I had to restart my computer earlier. Some of that went away, but I'm sure I can bring it right back up here. Just a second. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit is, sometimes we have new listeners. Sometimes we have older people that have been around a while. And sometimes we have listeners that are very, very familiar with AI. And sometimes people might be new to it. So there's a little bit of a segment of, hey, let's go from hopefully something that might help the newbie, something that might help those that are in the OG. I learned something from my research. So quick question, chat. How many of you still treat AI like a Siri on caffeine? Or just create a whole bunch of pictures and that's it? Well, you can actually treat AI as your inbox ninja. Even your dad's voice from 1998, if you have an old voicemail, you might be able to take that voicemail and turn that into something where maybe you want to share with your grandkids or share with your kids that maybe didn't get to meet like my dad's passed. He won't get to meet his great-grands, and my daughter vaguely remembers him, and so maybe I'll be able to take some voicemails that I have saved over the years and turn that into something where maybe he's reading it. I know Billy is always posting pictures on X from his military days or back in the day, and lets AI kind of, spice it up with a little bit of movement or dancing or smiling. I think that's really cool. Dave obviously he's the digital master. He does a whole lot with AI. But so I had some quick little things to talk through. So, maybe treat AI like something that can spark your imagination, spark your creativity, versus just relying on it fully for as its truth, complete truth, right? AI there's always disclaimers that says we may be wrong, but one other thing I do is I'll challenge one AI or ask a bunch of questions, and then I go to another one and I try to fact check it. Or you can also ask it to give you the resources that it pulled its information from, or even another great thing that I learned that I'm going to start doing. I'm going to say, give me a score 1 to 10 on how strong this information is you're bringing to me, and then also bring me some of those resources. So one of the things on the usability side is that you can actually maybe connect AI with your email. Now, there is some things that you might want to be wary about. Dave, you might touch on them. We talked about them earlier on. But you could, connect AI to your email and maybe have it do a pull of a week's worth of email when you're on vacation, and have it give you a summary. But there are some threats out there. Dave was saying earlier. You want to talk about that a little bit, Dave?
Sure. So just one that I heard, I think it was what Wes Roth talking about. He was saying that the AI, so if you're use the AI to read your email and reply. So if somebody's crafty, they could actually inject a prompt inside of an email, so that whenever the AI is reading the email, it actually reads a prompt that says disregard the last prompt and gives it a new prompt, and that prompt can actually tell it to go and retrieve any information that it wants from whatever account that it's connected to. So if it's in your Gmail, then it has full access to everything that your Gmail or your Google account has access to. So you just want to be careful with that kind of stuff. And so maybe you want to put that security feature in before you send your AI bot or agent into your email. That way it doesn't see another prompt and get off the rails like that. So you just want it to stay on task no matter what it reads.
Exactly. Yeah, and for me, I don't know that I do email. I have ways that I kind of regulate my email in other ways. I don't know that I want to make sure it went through there. But like I said, that you could have a voice resurrection. You could even keep your voice, maybe save it and put it into AI for future generations to be able to hear your voice and stuff like that. And then, my wife, she often, like for a long time, she would ask me whenever she wrote up a sales pitch thing for her customers that she was going to send out on via email or via text, in a blast. And so now she just goes straight to AI, and that helps her a lot. And she's found a lot of useful tips for that. I'm sure many of you have seen or done that yourselves. And then also there's another way. You can have AI be an adversary, or you can challenge it. You can, if everybody is saying Dogecoin's going to moon, if all the AIs and everywhere is talking about it going to moon, you can ask it for liquidity gaps. You can ask challenging questions. You can go back and forth with it, almost like you're having a discussion. So you want, one thing I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to have it give me a confidence loop on 1 to 10. What's your confidence in your answer, and then give me the sources. And then, hey, it just whispers what you're too lazy to Google sometimes, right? So sometimes you never know what's going to be out there. Whether you're Googling something, you might get some bad information. Just know that you might have some other things that come back with AI that can be challenging. So just let's not take everything for its word. But and the last but not least, if you want to train AI, you can actually give it resources, and like you can help develop on the back end. You can provide it resources. You can provide it ways of thinking. You can say, hey, anytime I ask you for a script, I want you to format it this way. Or anytime I ask you a challenging question, regarding politics or crypto, then I want you to give me both sides of the conversation, not just one side. So there's a lot of things you can do, and I hope that is helpful.
Yeah, man. Very helpful. Who's got the emoji running?
Not me.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
There you go. Well, Dave Digital is the guy on our show. Dave, you kind of with Grok, like Dave's answer for everything is, I don't know, ask Grok. So you've taught us how to use AI, just like Michael Saylor says, use AI. So it's all good. Tony, you've been doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
We're just all learning. We had a meeting today, an AI meeting today. Just the technology is just moving so fast. It's just really moving fast, and you gotta, as soon as you discover one thing, it's almost outdated, and you gotta move on and jump onto something else. So definitely got to keep up with it, and I think we're doing a great job on Billy Goattail's team. So good stuff, Tony. We got about 4 minutes. This is where we typically bring in Jimmy Jim's final thoughts. You ready, Jimmy Jim?
Sure.
Cards and Legos and cards. What is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
Jimmy Jim.
Well, we're actually off for the next week on the card side of things. But the other night I went kind of crazy, and I did make some just some personal pickups. That new Star Wars series, the Star Wars Chrome stuff, the Reflections cards that are available in there, they're super rare. But I just went out on a limb and just bought them. I'll show you some of those. So we got this guy, which is the AT driver. A lot of reflection on it.
There you go. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then we have Mando and Ahsoka.
Ooh.
Well, those are full face, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just
This is the way.
And then probably the sickest one that I've seen out of last year and this year is the C3PO. And it's really hard to see on cam. Change hands. But if you look right here, whoops. Look right here.
What is it?
That's Han and Leia, Chewie, Luke, Jabba.
Reflection.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Jawa.
see. Plastic, yeah.
Vader. And then you got the Millennium Falcon. And then down here at the bottom, there's R2 and Obi-Wan. Let's see a little bit better in the reflection.
Yeah, it's hard to see it, but yeah, that's cool.
But,
so that card's probably going to be big money, huh?
The C3PO is a couple $100. The Ahsoka and Mando, like 170, and then the AT driver was 160. And then I still have it's Django and Qui-Gon coming, and the most expensive one is Grogu. I was able to pick him up for like $325. Well, I should have those by next week.
Nice. Jimmy, so you guys are on a week break, huh?
Yeah. He's got a school thing next Thursday. We didn't go this past yesterday on Saturday. And then on November 1st, we're back at it.
Yeah.
With a lot of new products.
I see all those
We got
boxes
all of,
behind you, brother. I see them stacked up there.
Yeah, we got all of this holiday baseball, and then we've got the holiday tins of football, and then we also got the mosaic ornaments that we'll do next weekend. We'll probably start doing them anyway. But lots of fun stuff, and then what is it? Bowman University will be coming out. The new crypto currency Series 5 is coming. And I got 2 cases more of Star Wars Sapphire because it's been so good for me this year.
Oh, that crypto
So,
stuff. We'll have to promote that. Those crypto cards. That'd be good. Well, Jimmy, these guys have been looking for some guidance from you. Dave's trying to do the subliminal messaging. So Jimmy has the keys to the club given to him by David.
you don't
at
know,
Sin City.
you don't need me. He's got his fingers on the button. Spin it.
Let's go, goats. Get up and dance.
Open the club. You know what time it is. It's time to open the club. 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 Billy Goldtails, Billy Goldtails, Billy Goldtails. We love you, fam. Givers gang. Billy Goldtails, Billy
All right, fam.
We love you,
We appreciate you hanging out with us on Sunday afternoon. We really do love you. Hopefully we get some educated you today. So with that, I'm going to say we're out of here. Have a great Sunday evening with your family. We love you all. We'll see you next Sunday. And don't forget Tuesday on X.